IKhanWhisper here, back with some more Darktide Pre-Order Beta. The full release actually is today. I'm definitely going to be playing that later tonight, but we have one more video here from the pre-order, playing the Sharpshooter class again. I believe this one was an Assassination mission. Gives us some more chance to talk about the gunplay a bit, the Sharpshooter class. I think I have the same loadout as I did in the other one. I haven't played this guy nearly as much, but the lace gun definitely hits hard. You can just put down some of those Berserker Rager guys. Try to conserve ammo some. If everybody's just firing wildly, then you can run out. Looking for scriptures as well on this one. I like that one of the dudes on our team is named Erebus. It was like that word bearer prophet guy who caused a lot of chaos trouble. So it's cool that when you get into like melee range of the ranged enemies, they'll, I think it phrased as they're locked in melee combat or something with you, but they stop shooting you in the face, which is good. Just encourages you to move up quickly and get in close with them. Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned that before, but sometimes you'll find med stations that have no charges left, and that indicates that somewhere in the area there should be a cell that you gotta track down and put back in here, which should give you 4 charges. It's so early that we actually don't need it, but alright, down we go. He was like, hey guys, follow me, and led the way. So you really gotta explore everywhere to try to find these scriptures and grimoires on some of the big maps. Takes a bit of work to do, because they could be anywhere, but now that they've added the crafting, it makes sense to explore anyway. That guy's trying to get back up without a head and cause more trouble. I'd like to get a better melee weapon on this guy at some point. It'd be cool to have a chainsword. But right now he just has, I think it was like a Catachan Devil sword. Dang, that dude just shot a net straight down on top of my head from up there. And the sword's not bad. What ends up being tough on these missions sometimes is if you get to a big room and you're on a higher difficulty and it's like just like 45 all range shooter guys across the room from you. That can make it hard to move up on them, because when you get hit by range attack, it also like staggers you. So if you have multiple people hitting you, it can really knock you back and yeah, the gunplay is pretty solid. I like the laser guns over the auto guns. The auto guns chew through ammo faster and don't seem to do as much damage. But I haven't tried all the different variants, just the couple of the early ones. And this class has a grenade as their little extra thing. An explosive grenade. It doesn't explode on contact though, which makes one of the penances you have to do kind of surprisingly difficult. It's to, what is it? It's take out so many enemies. Oh, got that sniper there. I believe it's something like take out however many enemies with a grenade throw that blows up in the air without ever bouncing. So you really gotta find a very long open hallway and arc it up in the air so far. To have that be the case, you gotta really find a place that's conducive to that. So that was a little tricky to get. I think I found just a long open hallway where the enemies were lower than us, so I could really arc it in. And I just threw a couple because the first grenade wasn't even enough to like kill them all, so I took a couple grenades. So each class has one that, you know, it's gonna take some work to actually pull off, and maybe even looking up for some suggestions online where's best to try to attempt that. And here, at certain parts, you'll have to repair things or do various tasks. That'll put you in a little mini game like that, which is pretty fun. I don't think I have any footage from it, but there's also investigation type missions, which some of my friends don't like. I actually think they're kind of fun and go quickly, but you get a servo skull probe thing into an area, and then you have to pull out a scanner and run around and try to track down certain objects to scan. So I think if people know what they're doing and can move quickly, you can complete those objectives quickly, and I kind of like them. But it's a personal preference, I suppose. The sharpshooters hit really hard though if you can line up those headshots. See, I just came up there and dropped those gunners. Just give enemies a little burst shot just to make sure they're going down. I'm trying to remember what other challenges I had to do. I know I haven't attempted it yet, but for the sharpshooter on, I think it might be a level 3 difficulty or higher, you have to go through without taking any melee damage at all, which seems crazy. They'll probably patch this out, but I remember my friend saying he saw online that people were suggesting like doing the mission and then like disconnecting and rejoining, so it thinks it's like new and you haven't taken any damage yet. kind of a hack way to get around it. There's also another one where you have to finish a mission with no ammo left in your clip on a higher difficulty. And also, was it that? I know there's one for like, there's something related to having no ammo left. And it may also have included something about getting, I don't know, 5 shots with 5 weak point shots with the last round in a clip. Those may be 2 separate ones, but I remember my friend talking about those and them being kind of tricky, especially since he had, oh, there's a scripture right there. He had some ability where it regenerated rounds in his clip automatically when he wasn't using it. Taking a lot of shots from down the hallway there. A lot of gunners. I missed a lot of shots there. Just firing frantically. I think it's because I'm being hit and it's throwing off the aim. Uh-oh. It's always funny how people ragdoll up into the air when they get by explosives or something. Whoops. I think I accidentally used my ability there. But they recharge surprisingly quickly, encouraging you to use them a lot. I was like trying to conserve them a lot early on, but they come up in like, I don't know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something very quickly. So, all about the Psyker and this guy, just spam those abilities, you know. I know on the Psyker class, there was a few penances, challenges that gave me some trouble. One was every time you use the Brain Burst ability, it gives you a warp charge that goes away after, I don't know, 20 seconds or something. And that will stack up to 4 times, unless you get an ability that increases it, but it's easier to do if you have 4. But then it said on level 3 difficulty, hold max warp charges for 5 minutes. So that's a lot of brain bursting. But then I found that it didn't work on level 3. You actually had to do it on level 4. So the tooltip on that was wrong. And the jump from 2 to 3 difficulty is very big, and the jump from 3 to 4 difficulty is really huge. It's like pure gunners and elites and stuff on that difficulty. But yeah, after taking it like really slow and carefully, I was able to hold max warp charge for 5 minutes on that and get it done. But it was pretty crazy. There's a lot of very close calls. I remember we got saved a couple times because we were all down. We had like one random person, and that person left, and it replaced it instantly with a bot who just rezzed everybody. So we had a close call like that. But that was one that was very hard to do. surprisingly, one of the do on any difficulties, usually like usually easier penances, was to use the Psyker ability to force push people off a cliff, 20 people, in 2 seconds, which the force push ability knocks them back like 1 foot, so you have to have the perfect setup to get this 1 force push to knock them off. And we tried a lot of places and finally found a spot, a little like catwalk area, on the chasm. I forget the second word. Which one? It's like chasm ministratum or something. Map. There's 2 that have chasm. But as a nice catwalk at the very beginning of the mission, and was able to have my friends lure people in and block, and then I got that force pushing and was able to get it, but that one was asshole. So I think this one is before we fully knew. Well, I can't remember if we knew that meleeing was better, but most people are doing it. I'm just giving some cover fire. It is nice to have somebody, thinning the enemies while everyone focuses the boss. But I think it is before we just knew that that strategy was simpler. Was just go all in with melee and focus the boss, and you just shred his shields and health. Luckily there's no friendly fire from the grenades. I don't think it's common military practice to throw a grenade at your own feet. And I just shame that dude by taking him down by shooting him in the butt cheeks. I like that Erebus just does a little fist pump with his knife in the air. I didn't notice that when I was playing. Oh, sidestepped that charger at the last second. But after the mission, you have to take out elites. Or not elites. You have to take out enemies on the map if there's any left. Yeah, we were so low level there still. I don't know, he might only be up to like 9 or 10 now. I don't play him as much. But yeah, looking forward to Darktide tonight. Hope you guys are as well.